So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. You see, every country has their own celebrity sweethearts. I mean, superstars that grew and metamorphosed as children to adults before everybody's very eyes, such that the public developed this sentimental and affectionate attachment towards them. I mean, we saw it with Drew Barrymore, Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez. Now America had their Biebers and had their Miley Cyruses, but we had our Regina. Yes, we had Regina. Before we proceed with today's video, a quick reminder: if you're new here, you're just seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been coming in and out watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. 1 second. Give this video a big thumbs up. Drop your thoughts down in the comment section and stay glued, for there is so much more coming your way. Now let us proceed. Regina Daniels NED was born on the 10th of October 2000. Although she was born in Lagos, Regina hails from Delta State, and she spent her childhood in the state's capital, in Asaba. Regina's parents are divorced, unfortunately, and she was raised by her single mother, Rita. Her mother, Rita, is an actress, a film producer, and an entrepreneur in the Nigerian film industry, so it was no surprise at all that she brought in her daughter into her line of business. Gina, as she is fondly called, made her debut into acting at the tender age of 7. Her mother pushed and supported her early starts, and through her mother's influence and connections, she secured her first movie role, Marriage of Sorrow. She has jested that she was paid 10,000 naira for that feature. Well, that may not have been a bad bargain for a 7-year-old child in 2007. Regina attended both primary and secondary school at the Hollywood International School there in Asaba. So while she schooled, she was also auditioning and taking up movie roles on the side.
You always turn me down. Why?
Well, that's because I'm not interested. You're an old man. You already have 2 wives waiting for you, and some of your children are even older than me. Listen, I'm not thinking about marriage now, because I'm too young to get married. All I want is to make money and go into the university.
Gina was a very pretty child, and she was so talented. She killed her roles even as a child. She had the guidance, the advantage, and the support of having a mother in the industry. The sky was her starting point. Regina was succeeding very rapidly, featuring in tons of movies and gaining recognition, such that just as she clocked the age of 18, she was appointed as the coordinator for Atiku Abubakar's election campaign. Brand deals began coming in. She was on the right path. She was growing, and everyone was rooting for her. It will not be an exaggeration to describe it as a shock when news got out that Regina, who had just turned 18, was getting married to 60-year-old Nigerian lawmaker, Senator Ned NWOKO, a man who was older than her with a whopping 42 years. Senator Prince Chinedu Moni NWOKO is a lawyer and a politician. He is the senator representing Delta North Senatorial District. He got his law degree in the UK from the University of Keele, and he got his LLM at the King's College there in London. He was called at the English bar at Lincoln's Inn, kicked off his practice there in the UK, and then returned to Nigeria and joined politics. He served in Nigeria's House of Representatives from the year 1999 to 2003. And then after his time at the lower house, he was elected senator in 2023. And then he moved to the upper legislative chambers. Senator Ned NWOKO had disclosed that on this fateful day, Regina's mother took her by the hand and brought her to his house for sightseeing. That his house is so beautiful, people in the village come around to just feed their eyes. And people wondered, is this house, is your house a zoo? Is it a theater? Is it a cinema? What are you talking about? What kind of sightseeing did this woman bring her young daughter to your house to come and do? We don't understand. Well, let us just say several sights were seen, because only shortly after that visit, photographs of Ned NWOKO and Regina Daniels getting traditionally married filled the internet. When news of the then 60-year-old senator getting married to the very young actress hit the internet, it wasn't just a surprise to many, it was a shock, and it drew significant public commentary. You said the good old senator was not just a widower. Maybe his wife passed and he needs to get married to another woman. No, he was a married man, and not just married to one woman, he was actively married to several women. And it made people wonder, why such young, beautiful 18-year-old girl getting an education, building a career path for herself? It's not like she was immersed in abject poverty. She just needed a savior. No, not an 18-year-old girl in 1914 or 1932, an 18-year-old girl in the 21st century. They were like, Gina, why do you want to involve yourself in the whirlwind of polygamy at your tender age? They were like, you have your whole life, your whole career, your whole future ahead of you. Do you really understand what comes with polygamy? Are you familiar with the dynamics? People were also curious to know why a 60-year-old man will want to marry a child who is much, much younger than his children. A child who is young enough to be his grandchild. They had the opinion that when an elderly man of all the available women and ladies chooses to go for people who are the age of his grandchildren, those 18, 19, his character and morality must be in question. Some even alleged that such men have pedophile tendencies. And yes, you might find them hiding under, 18 is the age of consent, 18 is official adulthood, 18 is this. But if the legal age of consent is 14, those kinds of people will marry 14-year-olds. A lot of people believed that the age gap was outrageous, was unnatural, and was exploitative. The third cause of wonder for a lot of people was the question of, where are the other wives? The man in question is alleged to have had 5 other wives before Regina, and Regina happens to be the 6th wife. But the only known wife then was a lady called Lila from Morocco. And as at then, their marriage was only 9 years. So that implies if he was 60 then when he was getting married to Regina, and he had been married to Lila for 9 years, he got married to her in his 50s. So where are the many other women that he did his 40s with, his 30s with, probably his 20s? Why is the only wife left Lila? Remember when we covered the topic of Femi Fani Kayode and his now ex-wife, Precious Chikwendo? How she narrated that when she came into Femi's house, a 2-time minister, a lawyer, she met the house a ghost town. Those were her words. A man who had had 3 wives in the past. She came in as a 20-something-year-old girl, and it didn't ring a bell why such an affluent, highly connected, rich man, there was no woman in the house. We heard that story, we learned the lessons. We saw how she ran away from the house when she saw the pepper that made her meet the house empty. I'll tell you what, I am a proper Nigerian woman. I pride myself in it. So believe me, I can tell you a thing or two. It brings me so much cringeness to inform you that Nigerian women are obsessed with marriage. And when I say Nigerian women, of course there are exceptions. Okay? It's just like we're saying Sudan is a poor country. Doesn't mean that there's no rich man inside the Sudan. No. When you say Nigerian women, of course it is most. It can never be all. Nothing is absolute, as I always say. Most Nigerian women are crazed by the idea of being married. In Nigeria, marriage is not simply a personal choice. It is a deep cultural obligation, especially for women. From a young age, from our mothers, we are taught and groomed that our value as human beings is tied to being a wife and being a mother. Whether the marriage is good or bad, it doesn't matter. It is projected as the ultimate achievement, and divorce or separation come with a very deep stigma. Most married women parading themselves as married. I'm a married woman. If they're honest to tell you their experience, what they're enduring, what they go through to retain the title, you will shudder. Society is brutal to divorced women and single mothers, and the law offers little or no protection at all. So most times, when a Nigerian woman walks out of a marriage, especially with a man of social status and wealth, it is rarely a casual decision. That woman must have seen 999. She is likely to have endured the worst forms of physical, psychological, and mental abuse. The hardship encountered must have been strong enough to outweigh the social standing and the security that comes from staying. So people wondered, why in a society like Nigeria, where if you are rich and you're connected, the whole world is at your feet, it's almost like you can even get away with murder, why all these previous dozens of wives left? They were like, Regina, are you thinking through this thing far and deep? A lot of people were perplexed. They were genuinely concerned. They were worried. But they were jealous. Oh, please. They wish they were the ones in Regina's shoes. And I see that a lot here as well. Some stories we cover maybe on Chioma, Davido, when some people show their concern about her getting her own thing, having her own independence, and you see some people jump in and say, you're just jealous. Don't mind people. People are just, they're jealous of her. They are jealous of Regina Daniels. They are jealous of Chioma Adeleke. But you know what I've discovered? It is mostly people who have those envious, jealous, and sometimes dark and competitive spirits that go around suspecting every other person to be jealous of them, because that is how they are programmed. You know, it's just like a cheating man who always suspects his woman of cheating. And an untrustworthy person would always suspect the next person of not being trustworthy. You know, so you always project your own reality on others. So they suspect that every other person is like that. So any constructive criticism, they term it jealousy. Any genuine advice, they interpret it as jealousy. Any concern shown is jealousy. But I want to seize this story and this opportunity to speak to you. If you are that way, I want to encourage you to emancipate yourself from self-delusion and negativity. Yes, envy exists, no doubt, but dismissing every warning as jealousy may offer you a temporal comfort but may be dangerous in the long run. It's not a good mindset to carry. It may close you from wisdom meant to protect or help you. Stop doing life assuming that everybody is jealous of you. Some people have no reason to be jealous of you. Honest concern and genuine advice does not always stem from a place of scorn. So all of these questions and concerns were quickly dismissed with a wave of a hand as jealous people by Regina's fans and, should we say, well-wishers. And so in May of 2019, when she was 18 plus, Regina and Ned held their traditional wedding ceremony there in Delta State. It was just the local customary practice with no additional church or civil ceremony. Her mother was there, so excited, and spearheaded the whole handover of her daughter to the senator. Her father was absent. Some people who saw the videos of this wedding and introduction and all of, they were concerned. They were like, Regina is looking so young, so lost, so unaware, so naive, just standing there looking around like a child being sold off, being auctioned, surrounded by old men laughing and jeering. So shortly after this wedding, Regina's father took to social media to cry out bitterly that abomination had just happened. That his consent or his contribution, all of that, none was sought. He didn't receive any drink from any man. Oh. This is an abomination. Oh. That he's not in support of that marriage. Oh. That Regina's mother has sold his daughter off to an old man. Oh. Some news outlets report that Regina's father was cornered to the side. And settled, has the man. And next thing we saw was pictures of her dad and Regina and Ned NWOKO. And so that was how this polygamous marriage between Senator Ned NWOKO and actress Regina began. Regina got pregnant immediately, and by June the next year, 2020, they welcomed their first son, Money Ned NWOKO, named exactly after his father. The very next year after their first son was born, she took in again, and by 2022, she bore their second child, Khalifa Ned NWOKO, another boy. And so at this point, it began to seem like this union is not bad after all. And people were like, oh, you see what we're talking about? Just do you. Do whatever you want. The world would adjust. But if you were thinking that the age difference in the marriage between the senator and Regina was what made it one of the most controversial celebrity marriages in Nigeria, you best think again, because in our next video, you will find out. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of this video. The next will follow closely. If you're new here, you are seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your thoughts down in the comment section, and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.